Hi Wonder Class and welcome back to our first video on Monday. So the first thing I would like you to do before we begin our maths learning for today is to have a go at carrying out these arithmetic questions. Remember, you can time yourself from the start of the week, and then as the week goes on and you complete the arithmetic, see if you can do it at a much faster speed. So when you're ready, you can pause the video and play it, and I will reveal the answers to you. Okay, so you might have already started and you're ready to see the answers to the questions. So I'm just going to put them on the board here for you to have a look at. So the first question is 3 times 14. 3 times 14 equals 42. 8 times 23 is 184. 9 times 13 equals 117. 5 times 17 equals 85, and 0 times 24 equals 0. And if we go to the other side, 16 times 4 equals 64. 4 times 19 equals 76. 6 times 14 equals 84. 11 times 15 equals 165. And 7 times 13 equals 91. So there are your answers. You can check them against the ones that you've completed. Okay, so going back to our lesson for today, let's have a look at our learning objective. So the learning objective for today's lesson is, can I use written methods to multiply numbers? So we did this on Friday's lesson. We're actually going to recap over it in today's lesson. So let's have a look. It says, get from the left-hand column to the right-hand column by making different chains of red, white, and blue digits. Multiply the 3 different digits in each chain to make different totals. So how many different totals can you make in 3 minutes? So you can have a go at doing this on your paper. You can pause the screen so you can see it. So for example, you might do 2 times 5 times 7, or 2 times 4 times 6, or 5 times 7 times 2. So you can move your numbers around, and you're basically timesing 3 numbers together. What it says over there is how many different totals can you make in 3 minutes? So when you pause the video, you can time yourself 3 minutes and then see how many totals you have made. What is the largest total that you can make? So have a think, how will you make the largest total number? Well, I will give you a clue. You're going to need to times the 3 numbers from red, white, and blue, but the 3 biggest numbers. Then when you're doing what is the smallest total, you would times the smallest number. So I would times 3, which is in the red, 3 times 2 times 3. That would probably give me the smallest total. Have a go, and then you can post your answers onto Tapesty. Okay, let's have a look at this question. It says there are 8 classes in a school. Each class has 26 children. How many children are all together? Complete the number line to solve the problem. So what do we need to do to complete this question? Let's have a look. So the first thing that I can see that's being done is, I'm just going to rub this off. Okay, let's have a look on the board. So we've got the question itself. I find it most easy to write it down. So I'm going to show you the first one. 26 times by 8 equals. So remember I showed you last week how we split the number. So we have tens and we have ones. We have 2 tens in this section, and we've got 6 ones. So the first thing I'm going to do is do 10 times 8 equals 80. And then if you follow on to the next jump where my cursor is going, 10 times 8 again equals 80. Then you have to do your 1. So we've got 6 ones and we're timesing the 6 ones by 8. Sorry, back to this one. So we're doing 6 times 8. So 6 times 8 equals 48. Sorry, I keep writing in the wrong place. 6 times 8 equals 48. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add your totals together. 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Add 4 is 2, is 20. So the answer is 208. 26 times 8 is 208. So what we did was we split out our question, broke it down in order to work out the answer. So when you're ready, have a pause of the video and then see if you can work the rest of the questions out, which are underneath. So it says use this method to work out multiplication: 16 times 7, 34 times 6, and 27 times 4. Have a go on your own. Okay, guys, so let's go through what you should have already now completed. Let's see what we have. So the first question is asking me to do 16 times 7. So again, I'm going to split my tens and my units up. So I've got 1 10 and I've got 6 ones. So I know I'm going to do 10 because there's 1 10. 10 times 7, which equals 70. And then I'm going to do the next part of my question, which is 6 times 7, which equals 42. And then I'm going to add them together. So 0 plus 2 is 2, and 7 plus 4 is 11. So my answer to 16 times 7 is 112. Okay, let's go and try the next question. 34 times by 6. So how many 10s do I have and how many 1s? I've got 3 10s and 4 1s. So I'm going to do, I'm going to split this up. So I'm going to do 10 times 6, first of all, because I'm breaking these 10s up. I've got 3 10s. So 10 times 6 equals 60. And again, I'm going to do 10 times 6, which equals 60. And one more time, 10 times 6, which equals 60. And then finally, I'm going to do 4 times 6. So 4 times 6 equals 24. And then I'm going to add all of this together. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 is 4. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. Add 2 is 20. So my answer is 204. 34 times 6 is 204. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We've got 27 times by 4. So how many 10s do I have and how many 1s? So I've got 2 10s and 7 1s. So I'm going to start off by doing 10 times 4, which equals 40. And again, I will do 10 times 4, which equals 40. So I've done both my 10s. Now I'm going to move on to my 1s. 7 times 4 equals 28. And then I'm going to add it together. 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. And 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So my answer equals 108. And there you have it. There's our quick method. Okay, so it says on here, Rosie uses base 10 and part whole models to calculate 26 times 3. Complete Rosie's calculation. So what you can see here that Rosie has done is she's actually moved everything across. So let's have a go at Rosie's method using the board. So we've got 26 times 3, that's what we're actually timesing. And then we do 20 times 3 and 6 times 3. So how will we work this out? Okay, so 20 times 3 is 60, and 6 times 3 is 18. So we can add it together. 0 plus 8 is 8, and 6 plus 1 is 7. So our answer is 78. So all that you've done, if you look carefully here, is they split out the 10s and the 1s. So there's 2 10s, which makes 20. You times it by 3. 20 times 3, and then you work on your 1s column, which is 6 times 3. Have a go at working out Rosie's method. 36 times 3, 24 times 6, and 45 times 4. Remember, you can post these onto Tapesty and I will mark them for you. Okay, let's have a look at this question over here. So there are 26 teams taking part in a 5-a-side football tournament. How many players are taking part altogether? So here you can see another method for working it out. So you've got 26 times 5 over here. So this is a different method for working out. So they've done 6 times 5, which equals 30, first of all. And then you've done 20, because there's 20 10s, times by 5, which was 100. And if you add the totals together, you can get 130. So as you can see, this is a broken down method for you to look at. So there's 20, there's your 10s, and there's your 1s, and you've got over here, 100 times 30, and that's how you've worked out 100. Add 30, equals 130. Describe how to use a written method to calculate 48 times 5. So what would you write here? Let's have a look. You would write over here 40, because you would first do your 1s. You would do 8 times 5 in your 1s column. So we know 8 times 5 is 40, remembering to place it in the correct place in the column. And then you would do 40, because there are 40 10s. When you say the number 48, 40 times 5, and that's 200, and then you would add your answers together. So it says here 48 can be partitioned into 40 and 8. First, multiply the 1s digit by 5, of course, because that's what you're multiplying by. Then multiply the 10s by the 5 digit, and finally the 2 answers. So here are the questions which I would like you to try. Remember, you can pause the video, press play, and I will then reveal the answers to you. Okay, guys, so let's have a look at what we've got. 27 times 7. So the first thing we do is 7 times 7, so we times the 1s. 7 times 7 is 49. 20, because there's 20 10s. There's 2 10s in 27, So we do 20 times 7 is 140. When you add the totals together, you get 189. I am going to reveal the answers to the other ones for you to have a look at. Here you can pause the video and you can mark off your work if you've done it and you've used this method. Okay, and finally, here are your activities for today's lesson. You have 3 challenges to complete. The first one is using a number line to solve your question. There are 2 parts to that question, and there are also some written reasoning questions for you to complete. Remember, take your time, have a go back through the video, really make sure you know your times tables, and you'll be sure to make a great start to your week. See you later, everybody, and see you in the next lesson. Bye.